From Artisan Savon. Today we're going to be doing a review video. Now I haven't done a review video on this channel before, but I have been meaning to do a couple, so this is going to be the first one. We are reviewing Mombati Fragrance Company. Now this is a company that started in 1855. It's a fully family run company, obviously specializing in fragrances for the perfume industry, for candle makers, for soap makers, you name it, they cover it. And they do a lot of their own mixing. They do different types, so they have like a natural section, and then they have like all sorts of other sections. I will leave the link below to their website and you can check them out for yourself. They do offer like sample packs as well. Their sample packs, sample pack prices vary from between $20 to $75, and you know, you can get up to I think like 31 bottles of small fragrances. So yes, they contacted me towards the end of 2016 and asked if I would test their fragrances in my soap. Of course I said yes. They sent me a list. I chose 5 fragrances off that list. They sent them to me. Now when I received them, they were a small 10 ml bottle. Well, some are 9, some are 10. They are just samples. And I'm like, I'm not going to be able to do this in soap because I could do a smaller batch, but I like to do 1 kilo batches to really test things out. So I thought I would do it anyway. I did use the 10 ml bottles in a kilo batch of cold processed soap. And I have to say I'm pretty impressed with how the fragrance actually came through that amount of soap. As I said, I normally use 30 mils roughly in a kilo batch, depending on the fragrance and where it's from and how it normally goes in soap. And because I was testing these and I only had 10 mils, I just threw the whole 10 mil in. So the fragrances I chose were, I was gonna read them out, but I really think I'm gonna butcher them. So if you guys can see, that's Cardamom Tobacco, and then the next one is La Temple, then Musk Japanese, then Bijou Rouge, and Oud et Rose. Now I hope I didn't butcher those too much, but I have a feeling I did. So yeah, the little sample sizes come in a 10 ml bottle. As you can see, this one I had an oil spill from another fragrance that I had, not from their company, but that's why the labels. But if you get the 100 ml bottle, this is what it's going to look like. So I have done an order with them since doing that review because I did actually really like their fragrances. So this is again the 100 ml bottle, big, and it's got all the information on there too. What's that? And I like actually that they put your name. I don't know if they do this. Can you see that? Get my face out of the way so it's got something else to focus on. So they actually put my company name on that bottle. I thought that was just like a cute little touch. I was impressed with that. I've never ever had a fragrance company add my company name to a label before. So they obviously print their labels at the time of bottling. So that was a big plus for me, just from doing orders with them. So the fragrances, I'm gonna go through the fragrances and then add another thing that I liked that they did. So this is the cardamom. This is in a rice bran, olive and coconut oil based soap. I tried not to color the base because I wanted to see if it would discolor. So I have put a bit of green there just for like an accent color. But this is the actual base color and it didn't discolor, as you can see. I've got orange slices in the top because it goes with cardamom. I'm gonna say one thing about all these soaps that I did with their fragrances. I did find if you were a super new soaper, I would not recommend you rush straight into these fragrances. I found with all of them, and I'm gonna say mainly the rose, Oud et Rose, the La Temple and the Musk Japanese, they all heated up a lot, like heated to the point where they got cracks down the loaf of soap. So aside from the heating, and of course anything floral generally accelerates or races, so I was half expecting that. I have to say the best one that actually was the best behaved was probably the cardamom. I'm not sure why, because I find normally stuff with like aniseed or cardamom or spicy tend to sort of speed up a bit too. But this one actually worked really well. Like I was able to get some little swirls in there. Same as the Bijou Rouge. Some little swirls in there as well. And again, I've just done the plain base and then just a pink accent and little jasmine buds on top to hopefully, you know, make it look pretty. So yes, those ones. Aside from that, the three, I think it was, yeah, the Musk Japanese is the one that's held the fragrance the longest. Now I made these soaps, ooh, maybe like 4 or 5 months ago now. So that's held the best. Again, 10 mils in a kilo, I can still smell that. Probably as strong as it was the day I put it in there. The cardamom, yep. These two are probably the next one. So that is the Bijou Rouge and the cardamom tobacco. They are the next two strongs. Again, 10 mils in a kilo batch. It's like the third of what I would normally use, but it's actually held up really well. The Temple one, La Temple, it's faded now. I can't actually smell the fragrance at all, but again, it's only 10 mils. If I'd used the 30 mils as I generally use, maybe it would still hold up. Again, as with all of them, they all accelerated a little bit. Some heated up more than others. But I think if you've been making soap for a while, it's not going to be an issue. If you know your recipe, if you, like, I've water discount to you. I didn't change anything about my recipe. I wanted to see how it would work for me. I wasn't going to change my recipe to suit the fragrance. So, I also, yeah, I do water discount, so that's another thing. So maybe if you didn't want it to race or you wanted more time to work with it or keep it more fluid, you could probably not water discount, do your full water. And I did soap room temperature, which is normal for me. Again, I didn't want to adjust my soaping to suit that fragrance. I wanted to see how it stood up to the way I do it. So for me, personally, they did warm up and they did accelerate. I got some cracking, but the quality of the fragrance is so thick and you don't need to use a lot to make it last. That economically, just that is a huge plus for me. The fragrances are so strong, again, you don't need to use much for them to last. The rose one, I actually don't have any left in stock because it's sold. So, you know, that was obviously, people like that one and I'm gonna order more of that one too. But yeah, that was those 5, well 4 because I don't have the 6th bar here. But yeah, I would definitely recommend this company. As I said, their fragrances are thick. They're not really runny or watery like you get from some companies, so they're not like diluted. These are really thick. Like, I don't know if I can really show you. It's like, it's almost like, it's actually like an oil. It's not like, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. I don't know if it's going to give what I want it to do. But like, they are, oops, and I just spilt it. Oh, I've wasted it. But this doesn't really show what I'm trying to show you. It doesn't, anyway. What I'm trying to say is that they are really thick. They're oiled and viscousy. They're not watery like you would get from some companies. Before I finish up, a little thing they did, which I was not expecting, I had no idea this was coming, and I thought this was so cute. And I was really impressed with this. Christmas came. They sent a Christmas card. They sent their own branded Christmas card, like you can see on the back here. Oops. Let it focus. If it's going to. So it's got like the little bit of details and it's handwritten. How cool is that? That was just the best. A handwritten card from a company that has been going since 1855. That was the best touch ever. Like, that just doesn't happen anymore. Never. Like, what kind of big company send a handwritten card for Christmas to a customer? So that was a really, really good touch, and that shows me that they really do give a damn about their customers. So I was super happy about that, and that was just more encouraging for me to order with them again. That's the way you want to treat your customers. That's awesome. So I'm going to wrap it up here because it's at 10 minutes. Hopefully it won't be at 10 minutes by the time I've edited it all down and got out most of my rambling. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below if you'd like to see more reviews. I do have one more coming of my soap cutter, which I've been meaning to do for almost a year now. But I wanted to sort of really put it through its paces, and that's what I've done. So that's coming up soon as well. If you'd like to see more reviews, make sure to let me know in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button down below. It's the big red one that says subscribe. Okay, bye.